Welcome to the second module. So in this module we will see about the refrigerators and its types. So there are two kinds of refrigerators. That the first one is natural refrigerator and second one is mechanical refrigerator. Okay. So in natural refrigerator, the cooling effect produced by the evaporation of liquid or sublimation of solids. Okay. So whenever we got sweating, so few seconds we can able to feel some coolness, okay, in the place. So that is the example of evaporation type of cooling or natural refrigerator. So in mechanical refrigerator, the cooling effect is produced by the external source of mechanical energy or heat energy. Either solar kind of refrigerator comes under heat energy based, and our domestic type of refrigerator comes under the mechanical energy. So in that, we can once again classify it into vapor compression refrigerator, vapor absorption refrigerator, and then air refrigerator. Okay, so these two are in our syllabus. That is vapor compression refrigerator and vapor absorption refrigerator. So refrigeration system classified into two categories: vapor compression and then vapor absorption refrigeration system. So VCR uses the mechanical energy as the driving force for refrigeration, and VAR uses thermal energy as the driving force for refrigeration. So VAR mostly used in the solar type of refrigerator, solar refrigerators. Okay, so these VCR mostly used in the domestic type of refrigerators, domestic type refrigerators. Okay, so first we will see about the working principle of VCR. So that is vapor compression refrigeration systems. Okay. So let us start from the outlet of the compressor. Okay. Sorry, from the inlet of compressor. Okay. So wet vapor. So the wet vapor means a refrigerant in the form of vapor which will enters into the compressor. So here we have low pressure, and after that compression process it will attain the high pressure vapor. Okay, so that will next enter into the condenser. Okay. So in the condenser what will happen is the heat carried by this refrigerant, okay, so the heat carried by the refrigerant will removed with the help of surrounding air or any other media. Okay, so that is condenser. That means here also it is in the form of wet vapor. Here it will be in the form of high pressurized vapor. Then it will condensed and it will become a liquid form. Okay, so that is the condenser. Then next it will move on to the expansion valve. So inside the expansion valve, it will reduce its temperature. Okay. So in expansion valve, it is nothing but an isenthalpy process. Therefore, the enthalpy after the expansion as well as before expansion will be same. Then next it will move on to the evaporator. So this evaporator is the region in which we need the cooling effect. Okay, so it will enter into the evaporator and it will absorb the heat. Okay, so, and it will absorb the heat from its surrounding, and once again it will change its space to wet vapor, and once again it will move on to the compressor. So this will be cyclically running. So this is the vapor compression refrigeration effect. Okay, so in COP, refrigeration effect divided by work input. Okay, so this is the enthalpy versus pressure diagram. So first, compressor, what will happen is whenever it enters into the compressor, its pressure will be increases from P1 to P2. Okay. Then inside the condenser, what will happen is the pressure will be maintained at a constant. So condenser pressure will be constant. So condenser vessel pressure will be constant, and its phase it will be changed. So after this line it will be completely vapor or gaseous state. So here inside that dome it will be in the form of liquid plus vapor state, and here only liquid. Okay, so liquid plus vapor state. Then after the condensing process it will completely move on to a liquid state. Then once again it will, in the expansion valve at constant enthalpy, it will changes its phase from the liquid to liquid plus vapor. That is two phase. Okay. Then inside the evaporator, what will happen? It will absorb the heat from the surroundings, and it will become a vapor. That is mostly wet vapor. So wet vapor means in this line. Then we move on to the top. Okay. So this is the working of vapor compression refrigeration. Okay. So we will see the parts of this vapor compression refrigeration system. So it will have the compressor. Okay, so the compressor used here is reciprocating rotary or centrifugal. So its function is to receive the refrigerant at a particular temperature and pressure, and to deliver it after compression at higher temperature and higher pressure. The temperature of the refrigerant delivered will be higher than the temperature of the cooling fluids. Okay, so this is the working of this is the functions of compressor. Okay. The next condenser, the high pressure and high temperature compressed vapor is discharged into the condenser, where heat is transferred to the cooling fluid, which is normally a water or air. Okay, so in some places they have to immerse their condenser inside a water. Means it will transfer its heats to the water. Some in most of the domestic air refrigerator systems, we will place our condenser, which is behind the fridge. So that will be placed in the air, so that it will transfer the heat from condenser to the air. Okay. So then the vapor cools and it condenses, and then it will reaches its vapor, sorry, and it reaches its liquid state. Okay, so after the condensing process, it will reach its liquid state. The next expansion valve, it is like a throttle valve. Actually, this valve narrow the passage through which high pressure liquid passes and expands from high pressure to a low pressure at constant enthalpy. So this is an isenthalpy process, as I already said. So H, which is equal to H, that is H entry and H exit. So after the expansion process, the liquid becomes the low temperature wet vapor and is transferred to receive the and transfer to the receiver, from where it passes through the evaporator through a control valve. The next last component is the evaporator. So this is the region in which we will place our vegetables and milk like things, and what will happen is the heat given from that material will be absorbed by the refrigerant in the evaporator, and it changes its phase from the wet vapor to vapor. Once again, this evaporated vapor is sucked by the compressor from the evaporator and delivered to the condenser. So that thus the cycle is completed. So what is the process one? So these are the things which I already explained. What is the process 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 3 to 4? So next one is domestic vapor compression refrigerator. So so this is the front and this is the back one. Okay, so here the freezer part. So in most of our home we have the freezer. That is the uh, evaporator coil, and then we can able to see a copper like small bulgy device, that is the expansion device, and we have the condensers we are behind that of the fridge, and we have the compressor. So this is the construction of the domestic vapor compression refrigerator. Next, we will see about the vapor absorption refrigeration system, that is VAR. So here, how it works is, here also we have the evaporator, which will work based on the work like our vapor compression system, and also we have the condenser. Okay, and we also have the expansion valve. But instead of compressor, okay, so instead of compressor, so compressor what it does is it just increases the temperature and pressure. Okay, so here we have a good setup alternative to the compressor, that is absorber and generator. Okay, so inside that what we have to do is we have sent the wet vapor, sorry, vapor, which will mix with the absorber. Okay, and then next it will, with the help of a pump, we can increase the pressure, and then it will move on to the generator, and from the generator we have given the heat to increase the temperature. Okay, so that it will attain the pressure as well as high pressure and high temperature, then it will move on to the condenser. So the main thing is we have the absorber and generator setup instead of the compressor. Okay. So this is the circuit diagram, like a circuit diagram. So the construction, it will have evaporator, condenser and generator, absorber, and then pump, and then expansion device. So first, the refrigerant coming from the evaporator is absorbed with the absorber. The absorbed medium may be a solid or liquid. Ammonia is the refrigerant, has characteristics as it's easily absorbed by water at low pressure and temperature. But at high pressure and temperature, the solubility of ammonia in water is reduced. Therefore, when a mixture of water and ammonia is heated by generator, the ammonia vapor is separated from water. This principle is used in the vapor refrigeration system. Here, ammonia is refrigerant and water is absorbed. Okay, so example, if we supply the ammonia here, and inside the absorber we have the water, and what will happen is here ammonia plus water is mixed, and then it will pumped whenever uh, ammonia plus water heated, getting heated up, the ammonia will be separated, then it will move on to the condenser. Okay, so likewise this will be working. So once again working. Low pressure and low temperature vapor ammonia coming from evaporator enters in the absorber, where ammonia is absorbed by weak solution coming from generator through throttle valve. Due to absorption of ammonia in water, solution becomes strong. Because in the mixture of ammonia and water, if amount of ammonia is less than water is called weak solution, and if amount of ammonia is more than water is called the strong solution. During the absorption process, heat is released and rejected to cooling water. The strong solution from absorber is pumped into generator, where it is heated and NH3 vapor is separated from solution. In generator is supplied from external source. The heat is supplied from external source means in some places they will burn the coals or wood to make that heat. In some places they will use the solar energy to heat that one. So this is the comparison between the uh, VCR and VAR. So in working, refrigerant vapor is compressed, refrigerant vapor is absorbed and heated. Types of energy supplied: mechanical energy here, heat energy. Coefficient of performance is higher here and it here lower. Capacity can produce up to 1,000 tons of refrigeration. It can produce more than 1,000 tons of refrigeration. Noise, more noise here, quite in operation. Due to high pressure, chance of leakages is more. There is no leakage of refrigerant. Maintenance is high, but here less. Operating cost high, but here less. We can able to use solar energy also to heat up the solution. So yeah, regarding air conditioning we will see in the next module. Thank you.